All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the City of Alpharetta's Design Review Board meeting. Today is Friday, November 17th, 2023. Thanksgiving is only 6 days away, so welcome this morning. I'm going to turn it over to Brett, and he'll review our application this morning that we're going to hear at the public hearing starting at 9 o'clock. Good morning, Brett.
Good morning. So today we only have one, and I'm trying to get my little guide of view. There we go. So we're going to be looking at Del Bar today, and if you're familiar with Del Bar, they've been several different restaurants and things.
What was the original restaurant what was the name of it? My wife and I were trying to figure that out. It was like a steakhouse or something.
It was a steakhouse.
Like a Cajun place that
I can't.
I remember taking my wife there for a steak dinner.
Yeah, I can't remember now what it was. But anyway, Del Bar, it's their second location. They've been here for a little while, and they're hugely successful. So they want to, as you can see in this picture, they've got patio on one side that they came to us a few months ago, and just put the umbrellas and stuff up there. They now want to enclose that patio. They also want to enclose the patio that already exists on the other side of the entrance, which would be directly behind where you see their monument sign now. And then they've got some storage issues that they want to add some exterior areas to the two back corners of the building for some interior storage. Then they tried to figure out how to, they had already, I believe, lowered the sunroom that we saw a few months ago.
You're talking about the skylight?
The skylight,
Yes.
thing. I believe they've already lowered that, maybe. But they had a issue with the RTU unit in the front as well. And so they wanted to get open, so we let them do a cash bond for a year to give them time to get that thing moved and whatnot. So you'll see that they have proposed raising some of the horizontal bands, making those a little taller. So then they had to add a little bit to the center to make it, because it's a very geometric building. It's a very Frank Lloyd Wright sort of building. And so they just need to really keep the feel of it, although I think lots of people would have liked to just completely change it, but they're happy with it. So, and if you've never been there, it's awesome. Food's great. So let's look at their, see that? Hold that right out. I've seen this building so many times that, in the 20 years I've been doing this, I think we've probably seen them 10 times. Okay, so here you can see, and KSI designed this for him. I don't know if you guys remember KSI. He's done some residential stuff and things. He had both, last month I think he had both the Avalon Village, and a couple months before that he had that Wills Park Overlook buildings. So he's pretty familiar. So he did a good job here at overlaying what his plan is for them. Here's a little bit better view. And then here's some overheads and some renderings. I'm not really sure about the color. I don't know what they're doing there. But I do think that it would be a great suggestion if we painted all the EFS so that it all matches. I think that would make it a much better project. I don't know if these bands above the patio areas, the covered patio areas, I don't know if that's a prefab sort of metal thing that's only going to come in certain colors, so we'll have to ask him about that. But it just, in this bottom rendering, it just kind of threw me off, because he's adding those two little parapet walls, and he's colored, obviously the color's a little bit off in the rendering, but if you just paint those, it's going to be off from what's out there. So I think it would just be much better. And then you can also see the one building addition in this storage thing. Yes, it is big. However, what's currently there,
It's going to be, it's kind of tough to see, though. I drove around that parking lot. Unless you're in the parking lot.
It looks like it's gonna stick out pretty far though. Because it's not have they built it already?
No.
Can we treat it like it's a trash enclosure and you're gonna screen it with evergreen or something? I know there's a sidewalk next to it.
we could.
Seems like that front facade of that thing should match the building.
So here's what it is currently.
Sticks out, right?
Yeah, that's what's there.
So is it truly a loading dock too?
What are we looking at here?
Green. Jennifer, you got your.
I believe it is a loading dock, yes, and I believe they're going to maintain that.
So there's a tree that's staying there already, in that island.
Yeah.
Island there.
So I don't know if that's going away. It's hard to tell with their renderings and stuff. So we'll have to just work that stuff out.
At a minimum, if they could articulate it like the rest of like with control joints and stuff. Right now, it looks like it's just like a CMU wall. or
Right.
something.
Yeah. Yeah, at least needs to continue what he's got here, and follow that on around, which then
Break it up a
again,
bit.
The entire building's basically one color, that sort of sandy color. So to add blocks of another color, it might, I don't know, that's y'all's expertise, but
Maybe they could put in a kind of a band to break up the mass
Yeah,
or
something.
something.
Yeah.
A little bit.
yeah.
Well, the rest of the facade has, it has brick and glass and stucco, and then you see that panel sticking out. It's just a plain.
Yeah. Yeah, so it needs some help. It needs some help.
Yeah, the one on the other side you can't see. You can see the side of it, but
Right.
you don't really see anything on the front.
Right. And I don't know,
And it's got some nice stone accents on different areas in the building
Yeah.
too. So
see if I can get to the other side here.
So it looks like they're enclosing the patio on the left, but the patio on the right is open.
no, they're
Is the way-
enclosing that too, I believe.
It looked like they're putting a roof on it, but
Yes.
but I thought it said it was open, whereas the one on the left is fully enclosed.
Are they doing glass enclosure? I saw plexiglass.
I saw plexiglass, but I read this morning when I was re-looking at it, it talks about that with the roof.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what the,
I think we've got some questions to ask.
I think they're-
Yeah,
I think
because
it's-
it's
I
not,
think-
it's, those are huge panels if
Yeah.
those are plexi or
I
glass.
think
Yeah,
I saw
they're-
somewhere it was storefront on that. I thought I saw it.
It said storefront framing
Yeah.
with plexiglass. which
Did it say
didn't make-
plexiglass there? Okay.
I think it
caught
did,
the
yeah.
plexiglass on the roof.
yeah, it's just a little bit unclear. So I think we need to, it
And also-
needs a little bit of clarification.
Some questions about the drainage, how they're going to drain that roof. Are they going to have internal, is it, because if they had,
Steppers and downspouts.
yeah, they're not sure.
Yeah.
Great.
I know at one point there was a water fountain, huge water fountain on the left side, had a big path down, big koi pond out there. So I don't know if that maybe had a drain or something in it too, that maybe they're gonna focus it all that way. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Any questions? All right.
Sorry?
Do you have existing photos?
I did not get existing photos.
Well, I took some, but they're,
We we can
Unless-
street view it.
yeah, you can street view, that's pretty. Okay,
That's it.
there being no further business, the workshop session is hereby adjourned. All right, how's that for a,
Perfect. Now we can go
My
back and
gosh.
talk about birds.
all right, we got 15 minutes. Go talk about birds again. Bird seed. Oh, and Ellie, I know on the minutes we're gonna look at, Pat's name, last name is misspelled. I know you didn't do it, you didn't do it. They're spelled correctly on the front as an attendee, but not on the motions he made.
Is there an H in there?
Yes. Cork Hill.
That's the way it sounds.
And she's not here now.
She tried.
of the restaurant as well.
But I was saying if you do Google, it actually gives you a very good picture because they're more up to date. Okay. Yeah. We do that.
All right, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the City of Alpharetta's Design Review Board public hearing. Today is Friday, November 17th, 2023. Welcome. Our first order of business this morning is, after call to order, is a roll call. And we have all Design Review Board members present and accounted for this morning. In fact, we actually have a new member this morning that I think we'll welcome Jennifer here in just a minute. So, or we'll officially welcome you now. Welcome, Jennifer Sprayberry, to the board. So we look forward to having you and working with you here. Okay, if everybody will stand, we'll face the flag and have the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. All right, any items from staff this morning?
Just a couple of things. You mentioned we had some new folks, old folks, new folks. Jennifer Sprayberry. Jennifer Sprayberry joining the board. We've seen her several times out here at the podium. So Jennifer, we welcome you. It's going to be it's nice to have another landscape mind up there. I think sometimes some people get all changed. No, right?
Wait, hey, who?
I'll tone it down.
So it's nice to have another female as well up there. We were missing Katie and then Susan, so I think Holly's
Teresa.
the champion that we-
Teresa.
Sorry, and Katie. So Holly was the champion that we have another female mind up there. And Ellie Taylor is back with us after a couple of years on the other side. Found out that the grass is green, but not maybe as green for good reasons. So we welcome her back.
Oh, so you're back for a while. You're not just filling in today. Oh,
She's back.
Back in the position.
awesome, great.
Yep. So we officially, since they'll probably hear it on the thing, we'll thank Lauren and her team and Aaron Cobb for what they did for our minutes and stuff in the transition. But now we can blame Ellie. No, I mean, Ellie will take care of this. So that's all I have.
Very good. Okay, any items from board members this morning? I'll say welcome back, Ellie. And Jennifer, welcome. You're Brian Will's appointee, so look forward to working with you for the next couple of years. Anything else from board members this morning? No birthdays, anniversaries? I'll say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. That's coming up next week, so hard to believe it's already here. I know. And Christmas is around the corner, so.
I do have one more thing.
Oh, sure. Sure.
Probably next week, I think, maybe the week after, I'll put out I'll send you the dates for the 24
Oh, good.
meetings. I did change the December meeting to January because of the advertising timing and when the meeting hit and yada, yada, yada. So in January of 25, we'll have the technically December meeting. So we're gonna have
Wow.
two meetings in January. January, the first Friday and the third Friday.
Wow, okay. So, but no meeting in December,
No meeting in December.
okay?
We couldn't meet the advertising thing, so.
All right, and does it look like for 2024 that we'll still maintain the third Friday?
Third Friday works everywhere else.
Okay, there's no holidays or anything like that
Yeah,
we have to,
Everything else seemed like it worked with school calendars and different things like that.
Okay.
Just that December when I couldn't meet the advertising.
okay, very good.
So we're gonna be first week in,
First week in January and the third week.
The first Friday and the third Friday.
The 3rd and the 17th.
But that's for,
It's like the
Oh, wait, yeah.
fifth, maybe?
it is the 5th. Yeah.
gosh, that's 2025.
Wait,
That's
the following
2025?
Yeah, I know.
Not this January.
2025 will be December 24's meeting.
Right, January
So
3rd,
our meeting
it would be the 3rd
Oh,
and
you're
the
talking about
17th.
next year.
That's like,
End of December,
Next year,
next year.
not this year.
No,
Moves
this is-
into 2025.
So January 3rd, 2025 and January 17th, 2025.
Just
Yes.
get it booked now. If any of you guys can't
Wow.
make it, that's
So
no problem.
next, we'll have one meeting in January this year.
One meeting in January this year, one meeting.
Next
one
year.
meeting
Really
next
next
month.
year.
Yes.
Alright.
But in 25, we'll have 2 in January, none in
All
December.
right, so 25, in 2025, it's the 3rd, January 3rd.
Really throwing a lot of people off here, right?
I mean, it works. I'm like, wait a minute, how am I gonna do this?
Okay,
We can't say we didn't get advance notice.
okay. Actually, I do have two more things. One for Ellie. Can you do an updated roster, design review board members roster for us?
I have not been able to find one, but I will.
I will send you. I'll send you one, the last one that I have, which is a couple of years ago, but now that we have a couple new board members, for
We've
instance.
got it, it's, Lauren is still updating and putting everybody's dates with it and stuff, so
Okay.
we've got it, we just haven't been able to get it to Lauren and Ellie together yet to get that.
Okay.
I mean,
So we'll
Lauren
send
has one, but it has, and I guess you guys all now are gonna have
city emails.
emails, so I think she's been working on it.
Working on getting that
The one I
changed.
got yesterday from her did not have that on there, so I still.
I think, and it also has like cell phone numbers too that we can, sometimes if we need to contact
I don't
somebody.
think hers does, but.
I don't think hers, she had, I think she has 2 of them, she has the one that she can put out to the public, and then the other one.
So
Okay.
I will work on it.
All right, very good, Ellie. And has everybody had a chance to access their Alpharetta ga.us
Yeah, I think
email?
I heard from
Okay,
everybody.
very good. Okay. All right, very good. Mr. Corkle, have you,
I received an email or two. I don't know about
Okay.
accessing or sending anything from it.
okay,
I
very
do
good.
have
All
a
right, just,
question, I do have a question about that.
Let's look
I
if I
get
remember
like
the password.
momentary, like emails saying, you know, security thing,
oh, yeah.
password, self-service enrollment, that kind of stuff. What-
Yes,
are
I
we-
was getting that too, and I
What
wasn't
does that
sure.
mean? I mean, are we supposed to be doing something?
I deleted it anyway.
I deleted
DIT, it says.
Yes.
I think it's if
D-
you want, I think if you wanna reset your for us, if you wanna be able to reset your password, you have to do that. Or you.
Yeah, you know, remember they told you every 90 days you're gonna have to reset it. I'll make sure I'll talk.
Has it been 90 days then?
No,
Okay.
I'll talk to Jason and make sure that that was not a thing, but you also are gonna get from DIT, you'll also get the quarterly, like 3-minute training video that you have to
yes.
watch and do the thing. It's sort of silly, but there's some good information and it's very quick.
I didn't know whether that was spam or
Me
not.
too, that's what I thought.
Yeah, no, it's.
They were testing us for like.
It'll
Yeah.
come. Also, you may get some emails, and if you look at the top part of the contents of the email, it'll have a safe and a not safe.
Okay,
If you get those and you know it's a good one, mark it safe. And use the unsafe. Usually, when you do the unsafe, it'll bring up another window that'll say, should we put it as spam? Do you know this is dangerous? Do you think it's dangerous? So just check whatever you feel like. Most times it's gonna be spam, but I have had some dangerous ones, so,
Yeah,
you know.
we got one from Nancy Murphy about the
yes.
invitation to the artist, and it says mark safe or report it.
Yes.
Report the email.
So if you, before you click on the stuff, hit that safe button and you'll be good.
And she's
I-
safe.
Yes, I know Nancy Murphy, so she's safe. She
Yeah.
She's
runs
a
the-
real person.
The Arts Center, yes. She used to be a
Okay.
principal at Summit Hill Elementary School. Okay, very good. All right, let's move on. We've got the October 20th meeting minutes to approve this morning. So I assume everybody's had a chance to look at the October 20th, 2023 meeting minutes. Any changes, any comments, any questions to the meeting minutes? I'll say I do have a couple, it's actually 3. Pat Corkle's name has been misspelled, not on the attendee list, but let's see, it's back the last two pages for the peach cobbler. And as I'm looking at the very bottom of the page there, and then for at the top of the next page, about the friendly amendment, and then at the bottom of the last page, the second that Pat made is, so there's three, so that's what I caught or saw. But other than that, meeting minutes, well done.
Yeah, I just had in my notes on the Chapman Holdings motion that it included site plan. I don't know if that was an error in my notes or it got missed in the minutes.
Just a minute, let me see if I can read my hieroglyphics here and I can. So there's a little site plan, landscaping. So that was Chapman Holdings, right?
Yeah,
Exterior elevations, materials, site plan, landscaping.
okay, so.
I do have
the
site
same
plan
thing
in
I
there.
had.
So, the only thing is if they didn't say it in the motion, I'll have to check that.
Right.
Okay.
I can make a note that the site plan was. I'll talk to
Yeah, if you could just check if it was in the recording or not.
Okay, very good.
But, yeah, other than that, I think you could just make a note that we did it. We were okay with the site plan, yeah.
Good. And I would have sent those to you earlier, but I just caught them last night, so.
I didn't know who to send it to.
Send it to Brett. Okay. I think we can still approve the meeting minutes, or do you want to, we can still approve them with
With those corrections.
corrections? Okay. Does somebody want to offer a motion, please?
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the meeting minutes for the October meeting with corrections in the motion.
Second.
All right, we have a motion to approve by Ms. Palmer, a second by Mr. Owens. Any comments or questions about the motion? There being none, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of approving the October 20th, 2023 Design Review Board meeting minutes, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All opposed? No opposed and one abstention. So minutes are approved, 6-0-1. Very good, thank you for that. Okay, on to new business this morning. Our first applicant and only applicant is Del Bar Holdings. Come on up or come on down, please. And if you'll make sure you speak into the microphone, introduce yourself this morning, and then give us an overview of what we have in our packet, please.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. My name is Faris. I'm the owner of Del Bar at 4120 Old Milton Parkway. Morning. Today, I'm in front of you to present exterior remodeling that we're doing to the property to add storage to the back area of the property. Also, we have an AC unit that is visible from the street. We're putting sliding in front of it to match the existing structure of the building. And I think previously you guys already approved the awning on top of one of our patios, but we're also presenting another one that we wanted to get covered.
Okay, good. Let's start. Let's see. Do we have anything on the monitor, Brett, or is the applicant?
He's working on it.
We don't have anything on our monitors. Oh,
Is it showing on your screen right now?
we see,
Sorry? Yes.
We have a desktop.
yes.
Sorry?
We're seeing somebody's desktop.
Not at this. This is
Here we
a-
go.
Oh, Sam, is it different when you plug in? It looks different.
I don't know how to do that. Maybe use
Connect
this.
mine, yeah.
Okay.
Connect mine, this one should be more simpler.
Yeah.
Let's see if mine shows. Ah, there we go.
There we go.
All right. Sorry about that. That one was more updated file. I wanted to use that one. It shows you all the coloring, but we'll go through this one.
Okay, walk us through, we're talking a little bit, but walk us through the different areas where you're making some changes or
Yes.
additions, please.
Let me connect my phone first to give you kind of a Google view of the property and show you where all these changes will be happening.
Okay.
Then I go back to the file. Why? Okay. It's not working. I got to pull it on iPad. All the adapters are different, unfortunately. But let me zoom into the property. So currently, This is the 4120 property. We have two exterior patios. One exterior patio over here to the right side of the property that we want to put an awning on to be able to use it all year round. And we have a left patio, which we want to get it enclosed to be able to use it as a private dining space. On the top, I'll go through all the changes to show you. On the top, we also have an AC unit that is visible from outside, where you can see over here. We're proposing to continue the kind of a look of the same building, as you can see over here. Basically extend the barrier to cover up the AC unit on both sides to match the elevation from outside. This would be like the more current elevation from exterior. And this is what it would look like basically from front. The finishes would all be matching the existing finishes of the building. Everywhere there is a barrier, same kind of quality, same stucco finish, same color. Aluminum framing would be kind of the same as the existing aluminum framing of the building.
All right, so let's back up just a minute, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So on this rendering, we're looking at, let's take the new parapets, for instance.
Okay,
You're saying the color of those parapets are going to match the existing building?
correct, yeah.
They look like they don't quite on this rendering.
Not on this one, that's on the updated file. If I can pull it up on my email, I can show it to you.
But it should, that's your plan, is to match.
Correct, everything should match the exact building, because the building is such a beautiful building, it's gorgeous. So the main reason I purchased the building was because I fell in love with the building itself.
Okay.
And we wanted to make sure we keep the structure of it exactly the same,
Okay.
make sure all the finishes are the same, because it's just, it's beautiful.
All right, then while we're looking at this, the rendering on the front view right rendering there, now, a couple months ago, you came in and wanted to cover that patio area.
Correct.
Have you made any, well, since this is a new application, we still
Yeah.
need to talk about it. So talk to us about, while we've got that, just tell us what that patio roof cover is, and is it enclosed or not type thing?
So the one to the right is not enclosed, it's a louver system. I have a little sample of it over here from the company that's doing it, Equinox out of Kennesaw. It's a louver system, opens and closes.
Oh, the
think
roof,
if-
you're talking about the roof opens
Yeah,
and
yeah.
closes, okay.
I think you have a few of it in downtown Alpharetta, Fugues and Lion, some of the properties.
Lions has it.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think Holmes has it.
Holmes has it.
Has that, and somebody, okay.
So it's very similar structure.
Okay, and then,
That's what you proposal, that's what you presented last
Correct.
time, right?
Correct. But we made additions to it because we have a AC unit that is visible from outside, and we have to get that covered up to match the building. So basically, part two of there are three parts to proposal. One is the patio, one is the covering of AC unit, the other one is adding storages to the back of the building.
right, let's stay on the covered patio for right now.
Okay?
So that the fascia panel that we can see, that's kind of the lighter gray area, what material is that? What's that made of?
The one over here, so this would be, if I can pull,
You
give
have
me
some-
1 second, I can show you the current building structure, and it
Okay.
will be matching.
Very
It's
good.
basically core 10 metal. The actual framing is aluminum,
Okay,
but finished off with core 10 to match the existing structure of the building.
okay.
Give me 1 second, if I go on Google Map, I can pull that up.
Yeah, that's okay. For those that don't know, Core-10 is a material, it's a metal material, but it actually rusts. It oxidizes and looks and rusts, basically.
It ends up kind of looking like a copper kind of finish, basically.
Coreten. I believe that's how, I'm going to look at Eric. Is that
Got it.
I think
sounds
it does
right.
not have a
I don't
middle
think-
E.
I don't think it has that,
I don't think there's an E in the middle.
Corten, I think.
I think so.
Here you go, Google, I'll tell you.
That's a great material, but I don't think it's going to present itself the way the drawings indicate.
Yes, Corten.
All right, we're going on a virtual site visit.
Google is always most updated than anybody else. So I'll find the street view. Am I-
You doing this on your phone?
Doing it on iPad. So this material basically here, the core 10.
Okay.
So it'll be basically matching the exact same thing going all the way around the building, because it also lines up at the same exact level as that one. So this is the property right now, basically.
So it won't be gray, it'll actually be.
No, no, it would be core 10. Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the updated file if he opens my iPad, so I can show the updated file with proper finishes.
So, all right, you're going to maintain that core 10 band, the same width, same height and everything then?
Exactly, because it was already original band on the building. Originally, it was more like a
Okay, so,
lighter brown.
and as Eric mentioned, that gray material should be that kind of.
Core 10, correct.
10
I'm gonna-
Material then, all right, that makes sense.
Pull it up.
All right, we're getting there, we're working our way.
Sorry about that.
We're working on the updated elevations, actually, that'll show that better. Sammy's gonna email them over to Nikisha, and she'll be able to put them up then.
Okay, good. All right, we can still keep going around. We can
Perfect,
just
I'll go
going.
keep going
All
around.
right, so that's still an open patio.
Correct,
So, okay, all right, and it's got the shuttered roof to it.
correct.
All right, so if it's really cold weather or rainy outside, it may not be used.
Correct, because it's not, they say it's rainproof, but it's not 100% rainproof.
Okay.
Everybody knows that.
All right, very good. Now let's shift to the left side, or I'm going to say the left.
Of course.
Maybe the west side of your facility, and talk about that patio area, please. Just has to catch up. There we go.
There we go, okay. So left side, what we're trying to enclose the entire left side to use it as a private dining space. Again, the same exact structure like the louver system, but this one would have folding doors around it, like aluminum doors around it that would basically halfway open up to outside to have fresh air intake.
Okay, and so are you maintaining, you've got those half-height columns, for instance, with
Correct.
the fencing. You're going to maintain those, you're going to leave those columns there?
We're gonna use blending the columns with brick. Sam, am I correct on that?
Stack stone.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah, they are brick or stone.
Gotcha. Yeah, columns are we're keeping, we're putting the metal into the columns. Basically, we're taking off the fencing, blending into the column, into the design.
Okay, and then you said you're doing some sort of louvered system.
Correct. This one would be louver topping as well. The both would be basically to bring in fresh air in case we have some COVID or anything else happening that we're hoping not to. But we're trying to keep in as much fresh air as possible.
Okay, and again, then on your rendering, it shows a gray band. It's going to be the core 10 material that wraps around.
Correct, yeah.
The fascia, what I call the fascia area, okay?
So the footprint stays the same as where the columns are?
Correct. The footprint of the building stays exactly the same. The look of the building should stay the same as much as possible.
So just to note, on the submission that we have.
Yeah.
For the roofs, it says plexiglass on aluminum frame, but you're not doing that. You're doing the louvered system on both sides.
We're doing the louver system on both sides, correct?
Okay.
And louvered on that left side, even though it could leak?
Louver on the left side, even though we're trying to keep it as more like a garden kind of scenario. So if the weather is good, it could be used. If the weather is bad, we won't be able to use it.
Anything like heaters, anything like that going in?
Yes, on both sides, we would have heaters going in.
So how's that system gonna work? And the reason I bring it up is Lucy's Steakhouse has a heater system. It's got two exhaust pipes that come out, and there's like this weird looking exhaust system with these hoods, and so how does your system work?
Honestly, I haven't thought so far into the heating system of it. Right now, we're using the standing heaters because our patios are all fully open. With the louver, since it's aluminum, you should be able to still use the standing heaters if there's open air area, because technically you only have the roof that closes. So I'm hoping I can still use standing heaters, but we have to look into that.
Pat, I think the Lucy heaters are natural gas, and that's the flue for it.
Okay, you know, it's still got two pipes that come out with a baffle on the end of it that
Right.
looks hideous.
It needs, yeah.
I think you need to maintain a minimum distance from the top of the heater to the roof structure, is that right?
for the louver.
Yeah.
It may be electric heat, not gas heat. That's the difference. So you wouldn't have the piping for electric heat if they go electric.
They do make the really nice electric ones that are very large, and you don't have that kind of piping into it, but the actual structure of it is really bulky and large.
Do you know what your system is going to be? Sounds like you're gonna try and use the gas ones.
Not, I'd rather not use the gas ones because I've had problem with them in different restaurants in the past. A lot of times they're not sustainable, they don't turn on as well. But what I was talking about was the standing heaters, actual standing heaters. Because the patio would be like fully open and it still has the top, yeah. No, it's like the propane standing heaters. Yeah, yeah. Because the ones that connect, I've always had problems with igniters and stuff going out. So either I would look into actually installing a heating system that connects to from the interior.
So I think where we just need to go is you're looking at using portable,
Yes,
If you can.
yes.
if he still can. If he can't, then
Then I would have to
we'll
figure
talk
out
with the
some way
fire
around.
marshal, and then that'll be me. I didn't realize that Lucy's had some funky thing, so we'll talk to them. Yeah, so if you can't use your portables, then we'll talk.
Correct. Yeah, I want to make sure the exterior building stays as clean as possible, because it's not, I'm not renting this or purchased it, I want to make sure it maintains properly. And I put a lot of money into it, so I like to keep it that way. Make sure it shows
Yeah.
itself as a very refreshed building all the time.
Okay, good, all right. And then it looks like we talked about the new parapets on the front side of the building.
Correct. So next one is this elevation that you can see the new parrots that is going in front of the building.
Yes, okay. And do we know, are we assured that the heights of those parapets will conceal the rooftop units that are behind them?
He does have a site thing
Let's see.
in his packet,
think it
if I
was.
remember correctly.
Yes.
There it is.
If
I see it now.
was it?
Yep, there it
Was
is.
it part of this one or was?
Yeah, it's right there. One
Oh,
page up.
perfect. No, this one.
Right
There we
there.
go. There we go. Perfect.
I think they returned for a little
5
while.
feet, yeah.
Okay, all right, very good. Okay, now let's talk about your new storage buildings. or-
Mr. Chairman, one more question.
Sure.
What does the enclosure look like on the left? I mean, you go a little more detail on what
The vertical enclosure?
the,
Okay.
yeah, the patio enclosure?
Oh, the patio enclosure?
A little more detail on how are you enclosing that? What do those doors look like?
The one on the left, they call them biofolds,
Nano wall?
like the nano walls. Yes,
Yeah.
nano wall doors
Okay.
that kind of slide all the way to the side.
It's accordion style.
Is it, what are the frames?
Aluminum. They're like
Unfinished, black?
yes,
Black
correct.
aluminum.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Do we have an image of that or anything that we can look at?
I can pull up the renderings from other projects that I have to give you a picture. Actually, restaurant pictures. Huh? Oh yeah. Actually, I do have it inside. Are you trying to see the nano wall doors, or are you trying to see the actual structure of the
I
aluminum?
just want to know what it looks like.
They're about like 3 to 4 feet each.
I can pull
hinge,
them up real quick.
And
Huh?
they're all hinged and they just stack up when they're open, and then they close, they just look like
So
a
it's an
storefront wall.
accordion?
Basically, like prefabricated accordion based on the size. They kind of slice to the side.
They're nice.
Clear
I'm
glass,
sure you have seen them everywhere. They're glass and aluminum always.
frosted or glass? What's the glass look like? Is it?
Clear? Or
They're clear glass, yeah. They're clear glass.
glass?
I mean,
black?
technically you can order them with any kind of glass you want, but mainly used in clear glass.
What do you have on the existing building now? Is it clear glass? Or
Clear glass, correct.
Is it tinted or anything?
It's not tinted, no.
I think we would want to match the glass that you have on the.
Yeah, correct.
This is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, we already have it. Let me see if I can zoom into this one.
And I've got a question on top of Frank's before we move on. So all the landscaping around it, the walls, all of the landscaping is all to remain in place?
Yes, yeah.
No changes, all?
Yeah, we're sticking to this current footprint, so nothing is changing.
Okay.
All our plants are staying. We do have some olive trees inside there in the pot that they most likely stay in there, but we might have to take them out depending on the height of them. But beside that, everything else remains the same.
Can I ask a quick question about how you plan to condition the space when the nano wall is closed and the roof is closed?
So at the moment, we're only thinking about fans in there. No AC unit, anything like that. I'm assuming it will be fine because again, it's going to function just like a patio. If it's super hot outside, I have to shut it down. If it's super cold outside, I would have to shut it down. Right? The only thing it helps is with the kind of a thunder, scattered thunder, that when you get rain for 10 minutes and ruins the whole dining experience. That's the only thing it's going to be helping with, basically, for the most part. And that's one of the biggest things we struggle with, because a lot of days, it's not going to rain all day, but it rains that 5 minutes at 7 o'clock just to ruin every table. Then you have to shovel through the night. So we're just trying to get away from that part. Because people like the open air, people enjoy the open air, especially after COVID, everybody's accustomed to it now. They like open air, so we're trying to keep the restaurants as open air as possible.
Okay.
Let me go back to this file. That is not. And here we are, the storages of the building that we're adding. They're both going to be on the back side. I'm trying to still pull up that elevation that shows them from the back.
I don't know if you can read that or not. Probably not.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to log into my email. I should be able to pull up the other one.
He's trying. We're struggling to get the email. I think we're there.
Are we? Okay.
Nikisha's working on it.
There we
Friday.
go. I think I got it. Let's see.
Okay, hang on 1 second. I think Nikisha's putting hers on. Let's go to the elevations. There we go.
So, all right, so these are some new elevation.
These are the updated ones. They're
Very good.
just, the coloration's right in this one.
Okay. So for
Oh,
instance,
you have the storage too.
the new parapets match the existing parapet color and material. The new patio cover on the right is the core 10 with the fascia there, and then the left-hand new patio enclosure. Okay.
And the,
All right, that makes a lot of
and
sense.
the notes on this one on the roof still say plexiglass on aluminum frame, so I just wanted to point that out.
I have to get with Sam on that.
Yeah, Okay.
Yeah.
My apologies on that.
I think we understand what it is.
Yeah, I updated it last night after,
Okay.
I saw the new colors on the building.
Okay.
Okay, very good. All right. So let's go to the back, the rear of the building, take a look at those. Okay. All right, so on the rear, on each side, you're doing a two-story storage area, room, or whatever you want to call it.
Correct.
All right. Are you using the same exterior materials as the existing building, for instance?
Our intention is to use cement siding. The color will match the existing. We're using smooth cement siding, but the color will match the stucco.
So it kind of looks like stucco, is what
Yes, yes.
you're, okay.
Oh, wait. I understood that differently.
Yeah,
Especially when you look at this, it says cement siding, 8-inch exposure. That sounds like lap siding.
yeah.
Is it
Right,
like
so-
hardy plank like lap siding? Like
Yes, with 8-inch exposure,
with an 8-inch exposure?
yes. The current building does have roofs, but they're wider. We just wanted to use a more economical system.
Now, that material doesn't exist on the building anywhere, right? That kind
No,
of
right,
siding?
it does not.
So do you have a sample of what that is, what it looks like?
No, we do not.
Can you pull up a photo or
Yeah.
something?
Just lap siding.
I think it's just lap siding like
It's
ours.
just lap siding.
So it's
yeah.
like hardy plank? Are we
It is
talking-
hardy, yes.
So it's a veneer that you put onto it
It's
somehow, or?
cement siding,
It
yes,
sounds like lap. Is it?
yes.
Hardy plank lap siding.
Oh, that's what the 8-inch?
I think that's what
Yes.
you just revealed, isn't
Yeah,
No, not the reveal, the lap.
it? The exposure.
Yeah, each panel or
Can you
each
go back to
piece of
the back?
siding.
So I always get like three people tell me what it is. I
Yeah,
can
the-
sample.
Yeah,
3D.
the picture would.
Oh, the 3D?
The-
Oh, the actual building?
Yeah, that's,
All right.
All right, we're all,
it's okay.
okay. So do you have a sample of this material, just to show us?
No, we don't,
I'm trying to pull it up for you real quick.
Okay.
I don't have the actual sample, but I can definitely pull it up for you.
So just curious, what was your thought on using the lap siding versus maybe continuing with the smooth stucco finish that you've got on?
I think it was just trying to make it more economical for me.
yeah, it is an,
But we could definitely use the same material.
yeah.
If you guys would rather have same material, I'll use the same material. It's not
And
a
then-
big option.
As nice a building this is, I
Right.
think you would want to keep it the same material.
Because most of the material right now is basically that stucco, kind
Yes.
of going all over. We
Yeah.
can just continue the same material.
What we need to do, though, is figure out how to make sure it's not just big plain stucco wall, though.
Yeah.
Break it up with
Yeah.
some joints or some reveals or
Yeah.
something like that. So we're trying to look at what you have on your existing building.
This is,
Yes.
you want to go around the building and show them back?
If you go back to the previous rendering, you could sort of see go to the colored rendering, yeah. You could sort of see what you're doing on the siding. It's right at the back of you can see the storage, the storage addition.
The challenge is going to be if you do the lap siding, and you still paint it the same color as the stucco, it's not going to look the same because you're going to get so many more shadows and
Shadows.
joints and things that it's just going to throw it off.
It's gonna look like an add-on.
Yeah, yeah. That was one of the thoughts to make it not sort of imply that this was part of the original structure. We just make it clear that this was an addition. But we can definitely use stucco.
If it's.
So right now, the back of the building is entirely all stucco.
That's much.
Yeah.
Oh, you pulled mine? Perfect, yeah. So we could basically finish it up with the same exact material, so look identical to it.
Yes, I think you'd want to do that, and I would also think you want to make the parapet height the same height as something else on your existing building, so it looks like it was.
Yeah, so it would be
part of
probably
the
be,
original.
Yeah,
continuous of that lower height. So it matches that lower part of the
Yes,
building.
I
As
would-
parting as two different elevation.
Yes. Yeah, the back of the building is substantially tall. They made it tall to hide all the rooftop units. The storage building is going to be less than that.
So we will be matching it basically to
Yeah.
this one, yeah.
Yes.
All right, so this is,
That's,
all right,
This
so
is-
this
this
is the western side, right?
this is,
Facing the building, it's right side.
Yeah, the one that we won't see very much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the
yeah,
back,
it's like a,
the opposite side from Old Milton on the back side.
so So that's where the street is, basically on the other side.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Will one or both of those trees need to come out?
I think only one, right?
One will come out. The addition goes to the edge of the sidewalk.
Basically comes up to be to here.
Yeah.
So we're losing that one tree that is in the property.
So you're gonna lose that island and some parking spaces? Is that,
No,
No, we're going right up to this curve, basically.
oh, we're on the, I'm sorry, you're on the opposite side of where I thought we were,
Yeah.
okay.
Time out, where are we at?
This is on the east side,
Which is the right
So
side.
this
of
one
the
tree's
right
coming
side
out,
of
and
it,
we're
you're looking
coming
at
out
it.
to the
This
east.
is the loading dock
Yes.
side.
Right side plan view. Pat.
It's basically back here.
Okay, thank you.
That one you don't see that much.
So that one tree's coming out and they're coming to this side.
One tree that's right up against the building,
Oh, yeah, okay, the smaller tree.
not the one in the island.
Not the one in Ireland, no, the one in the building.
Got it.
And so this is gonna be, is this for like dry storage?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so there's no refrigeration in this area,
No, this is just dryer storage.
okay?
For some reason, the building wasn't designed with any dry storage, as beautiful building as it is, but we're trying to add to it, basically.
And will your door match like this door that we see in this picture? Will it be, you have a door in
Let me
that side?
check
You have a
that.
double door, yeah.
Well, that door stays as existing, basically.
That is, but there, you're gonna add a double door to your,
yes, matching that door, but
It matches.
double door.
okay? Yeah, Frank Lloyd Wright
The
wasn't.
layout in the plan
No.
view doesn't
Or
match
wall
the layout
packs.
that's on the
Wall pack
screen.
lights.
The one I'm showing on the screen, well, this is the actual street view, but this one that I'm showing is like the older model that I couldn't pull up on my
It's the
iPad.
same- Yeah, the plan is the same.
So that shows it going to a curb line, not a sidewalk line, because and in actual,
The sidewalk.
the real world, there's two sidewalks, this is only showing
It's this,
one that cuts through the planter, right? So you're showing this that goes to the curb,
correct, it's going
that curb,
right where this curve is, basically.
okay.
That's the curb you see on the drawings.
You said it goes to the sidewalk.
He's talking about this side.
Well, that little sidewalk, I think, got added.
Yeah.
Just right there at that spot,
So that
because it doesn't go
sidewalk
to the front.
stays.
So it stays,
I'm trying to figure out your extent, so that it goes to the sidewalk or it doesn't go to that sidewalk?
It gets to the edge of the sidewalk, so we'll have to add the sidewalk, we'll move the sidewalk 5 feet off. Because the building, the addition.
You're moving the sidewalk.
Yes.
Wait,
So
can you
I don't
stand
think we're
out?
moving the sidewalk, this is
time
right
out.
here.
Time
No,
out.
that's an addition.
Yeah,
Oh, that's the
You're
addition.
moving the screen a little too much.
Time out. Stop moving stuff.
Okay.
So the plan view isn't accurate.
The-
Because I hear you're moving this, it's going to a sidewalk, it's moving, the sidewalk's moving, so I don't know what's going on.
The sidewalk we're showing on the plan, on that view is a new sidewalk, it's not what is there. The sidewalk next to the parking is existing. The sidewalk parallel to the addition is new.
So all the sidewalks are out and you're putting a new one in to match what's on the plan view that's on the screen right now.
Yes, the sidewalk next to the building is new. The sidewalk next to the parking is existing.
So what's that sidewalk you're installing for?
To access the
There's a door.
door,
So there's a door there,
yes.
okay. So it just helps in a site plan if say no, new, old, existing, removed.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it just me or?
I'm not too worried about this, Pat. I mean, they're gonna have to, they've got the building addition.
I'm not worried about it, I just wanna know what's going on. That's all, I just wanna make sure everything is, I'm understanding everything.
It'll still go through permitting, right?
Yeah.
Like-
Yes.
And, okay.
Okay, other side.
Okay, let's move to the western side,
The western side.
western storage room area.
Can you pull up your plan again? Because yours is the more completed one. Mine is just showing a street view.
Well, we're not, I don't,
They're gonna go to stucco to match the existing. We could put it as a condition.
That scoring in that?
That'll look good.
Because basically that addition totally encompasses the existing.
figure it out as they go.
And this one's going over all asphalt and/or concrete, right? You're not removing any landscaping?
No,
or
no.
anything?
This was originally loading dock. We're just enclosing it.
Okay, so now we're looking at the western side storage area. Again, it's 2 stories. And you've talked about making it stucco, the exterior material stucco, and using the same sort of grid pattern that you've got on the existing building. The only comment I would have here is to make sure the parapet height of the storage area matches maybe the parapet height of something else on your building. Make
Like
sense?
that little sliding that goes all the way around?
Yes. I would suggest that or something so that it looks like it was all built at the same time, same height.
What about if it tied into an existing control joint that came, if it's
Or-
closer?
Yeah, that's a possibility.
It's hard to tell without seeing the existing.
We saw an image earlier of that area. We saw it as a loading dock. In fact, there's
So,
a
yeah.
truck sitting in there. Where'd that image go?
Can
Yeah,
you,
can you see that?
So that storage is basically replacing that loading dock. So right now, that space is a loading dock. You probably saw it in my Google View pictures.
can we go flip back to the an existing picture of that area?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up
Please.
right now. Yeah, go back to my iPad.
We're in a time warp.
South.
All right, we're getting there. Okay, so that's what's there now.
Like maybe as tall as
I'd
that.
like to see the other side of it from street side. Because this is treated as back of house.
Go to the street side.
There's a bunch of trees there. Yeah, you got that big old tree.
Somebody's supposed to be at the Pinky Golf Tournament for Giving Kitchen today at 10 o'clock. It's in Stone Mountain.
Will that large tree remain right
Yes,
there?
that tree.
Okay, that'll
So what
screen a
we'll be
lot.
using is the current footprint that you see the truck parked in,
Yeah.
basically a loading dock.
That'll help a lot.
Yeah, that'll clean. I agree.
And so it looks like based on the floor plan I'm looking at, I've got that on my iPad, that new storage area will come out almost to where the curb is, the edge of that curb, rounded red curb. Actually, it looks like it'll come out to about the front wheel on that truck, is how far that new storage area will extend out. So it looks like that tree will kind of cover up a fair amount of that.
If that tree was to remain, though, I feel that the proximity of the construction to the tree is going to cut into probably the structural root plate.
Ooh, good point.
It's gonna be kind of close.
The
As well
critical,
as
the
on the-
critical root zone, or whatever they call that, or is
So there's a
that?
critical root zone, and then a structural root plate is the
okay.
critical line. And then there's a max percentage on the critical root zone that's allowable.
What'd you call that? The structural?
Structural root plate.
That's a new term I've just learned.
Can you scoot the view over a little bit so we're looking at the truck head on to see how,
So has David looked at this yet?
No,
so we could see. So it looks like the structure comes out like at this curb line for the,
On the right side of the truck.
so it looks like there's about 8 feet from the center line of the tree. Would that be enough?
It's a large tree.
You know.
It's pretty sizable, so it's a 0.5 multiplier on the
What
the
might-
DBH
What
of
might
the
help
tree,
is
the
a
diameter.
satellite view, top down, and show us where the new addition is gonna be. Because you know, in relation to that loading
Oh,
zone, the
yeah.
loading dock, does it eliminate the loading dock?
Chopped off.
Yes.
Yeah, it eliminates the loading dock inside the curbs. So the existing curbs will be the outside of the wall.
Yeah, I'm looking at Frank. I'm
Oh,
looking
this
at
one?
this.
So there won't be any additional concrete added.
Can you go back to your file? There's
So
like
the
a-
space that's in the middle there is just a pedestrian access.
And I don't know how David treats that, Jennifer. I don't know if he treats it as, if it's hardscape, it's already disturbed.
If it's
or-
already disturbed.
Yeah, I don't know how he treats that.
But the
you're right.
physical construction that's going to happen in close proximity,
Right, they're gonna be cut into just the branches of the tree, for sure.
right?
So you're basically just filling in where the loading dock is with a building.
Correct. And the structure being light gauge framed structure, the foundation for that is normally very shallow. And we do have already existing pavement, which will be, we don't expect to go way below what is existing. After we take it out, the foundation might just go about the same height, about 12 inches below the surface.
I think your foundation,
That's only 12 inches deep?
For frame structure, yes.
I thought it had to be below the frost line, so I thought it maybe had to be 18 inches deep.
Doesn't need to
Georgia.
be.
I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, I think you do turn down slab,
Yeah, just a turn down slab
You
for
gotta do a
frame
turn down
structure.
slab.
12
Yes.
inches or so.
What's the framing material of the storage area? Is it concrete block? Is it,
It's going to be
Metal studs?
light gauge metal framing,
okay,
metal
so it's
studs.
turned down
It'll be
slabs.
pretty light.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think if the tree can't stay for whatever reason, then we're gonna need some kind of landscaping plan to.
Right,
Right.
right.
So we could just specify that.
Are you going to remove that sidewalk that's currently there that kind of goes back? Or were you going to leave that sidewalk in front of your,
We're going to leave it. The sidewalk remains. On this side, we're only going where the loading dock is.
right, but is that sidewalk going to be usable for anything anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's an
from the
exit.
building. That's
From the
on
building
back
out?
side.
Okay.
Yeah, even on the left side, there's a
That
there's a ramp.
sidewalk comes there, yeah.
There's a ramp there.
So
That-
David's gonna look at it, like Jennifer says, as far as disturbance on the tree. And the planter area for a tree is too small anyway. And who knows what he might do? He could say you need to take away a parking space. If that tree has to come out, he might
This-
say, take away a parking space so that a new tree can go in and you've got 200 square feet around it. So, which triggers, what landscape's going in there. And if new landscape's going in there, we can work on screening that area just a little bit more too.
You don't want to leave the tree and then have to take it out.
Well,
Looks like it's doing well in the conditions it's under.
yeah, and,
Adaptable.
and I guess my thought is those conditions aren't really changing.
Well, they are because that building's going up, it's cutting into the branches and all that. Some of the,
Okay.
what was growing in open space is now growing.
Oh, now growing,
One
okay.
side of it's been taken away.
Yeah, I mean, you're
So
gonna
It
have
all
to,
depends on data.
you're gonna have to cut a lot of those branches away, right?
Right.
Because it looks like it's.
Suddenly, it's not getting airflow, it's not getting full
Thirds of the
spread,
canopy.
it's not getting all that stuff.
And he may just require some tree care monitoring and, maybe
So
prescription.
this wouldn't normally go to the arborist, so that'll have to be a condition.
Do we need to put that in motion?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, we did.
I want to show them. They show them what you've done.
Make one right hand.
Okay. All right, anything else? So we've got 5 areas of your building that you're doing something. You've got the 2 storage
Yes.
rooms areas, you've got the 2 patio areas, and then you've got the raised parapet or the parapet that you're adding to hide the rooftop unit. So
I'd like to make a little bit of a proposal, and maybe this was in the plan anyway. You're going to be painting those back 2 sides.
Correct.
You're going to be painting those 2 new spots
Correct.
of thing. I think we paint
building.
all of it.
Okay.
That way, because you only have that
Matches perfect.
1 or 2 bands left,
Yeah.
Good point.
and then everything matches perfectly. It's all the same color at that point.
Fair point.
Does that work for you?
Yeah.
How about paint all the stucco?
Paint all the stucco. Yeah,
That makes sense. And it all looks the same.
yeah, yeah. That way you don't have some that's been painted 10 years ago and some that was painted yesterday, and, yeah.
Okay, very good.
I wanted to point out some of the things that he's done since he took the building. If you look at, can you show this?
So there was a question.
He's done a lot of landscaping that enhances the look of the building, and he's going to carry on wherever he can throughout the building.
Or a reveal line.
You want to go to your
Yes.
Yeah.
screen? And Keisha, they want to go to that one.
I've got notes on conditions, if you want to give that to Frank.
Yeah, so he has done a pretty good job at enhancing the landscaping out there. So we'll get David to look at that tree if that comes out in such a motion and gets approved. We'll
Yeah.
get him to look at that
Yeah.
moving forward and just make sure that it's either going to do what it is or we take it out during construction and
Yeah.
make something better.
Yeah.
But
All
if,
this,
if that's the way the motion comes out.
And
Yeah.
the landscape does it, you take very good care of it out there.
yeah, all this is new landscaping that he's added.
We designed the whole building to look like a garden inside and out, so if you see
Yeah.
inside of it, landscaping continues.
Surprised the olives are doing it over there.
There might freeze, so we'll find out. I have to put heaters
They
in.
don't like you
He was
visiting.
just taking notes to make sure.
Yeah, Frank, ignore anything that doesn't apply.
They usually do well, but once it gets super cold, they get a little.
Get a little foamy.
They're a very helpful place.
All right. Okay, before we go to any kind of motions or anything, is there any public comment on this application? Any public comment? No public comment. All right, very good. All right, does somebody want to craft a motion or motions at this point?
Frank's scribbling furiously over here.
All right.
Question is, can I read it? All right, Mr. Chairman, regarding DRB 230048 Delbar Holdings, motion to approve the elevation materials as presented today with the following clarifications and conditions. The patio enclosure will be the louvered roof as presented versus the plexiglass roof that was in the documents submitted. The west side patio enclosure, storefront, and glazing will match the existing building. Any landscape damaged or destroyed during the construction needs to be restored to previous condition. On the new storage additions, the exterior finish will be stucco with score lines and same color to match the existing stucco walls versus the lap siding that was proposed. On the west side storage addition, arborist will review the tree adjacent to the addition for viability. If the tree cannot stay, applicant will submit a landscaping plan for approval that provides screening for the wall. Applicant will paint all stucco on the building the current color. And the parapet height on the west side storage addition will match the existing, one of the existing parapet heights on that side of the building. And the motion.
I'll second.
All right, motion by Mr. Swing, a second by Mr. Corkle.
Well done, Frank.
Well done, Frank. I think we've, all right, any comments or questions about the motion on the floor? Okay, good job, Frank. All right, there being no questions, I'll call for a vote. All in favor of the motion, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All opposed, no opposition. Motion passes 7-0. Very good. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Come visit us.
With there being no further business and with no objections from fellow board members, this meeting is hereby adjourned. Wow,
Well done, folks.
10 o'clock?
That worked out okay, didn't it, Eric?
There you go.
I've got a lot of those. Well done, John.
Thank you.
I would have to type them, because you wouldn't be able to read them.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying not to go too
Well,
fast, but I thought-
welcome.